Welcome everybody to Module 5, Day 4, and boy am I excited. I've been waiting to do this for the longest time, and finally I've got the technology to enable you to see this. And today's lesson is all about leveraging your publishing system. You're going to see the work of the past 3 modules all wrap up and land together here in one place, and then you're going to see just how incredibly easy it is to do market leadership and leverage your time. So even if you're working a really intensive day job, even if you are on the road traveling, whatever it is you're doing, I'm going to show you right now how you can absolutely incredibly conduct market leadership wherever you are and use up those valuable little minutes of time to do so. So let's have a look at it. And the first stop I would typically go when I am, if I've got a few moments, let's do Twitter first. Okay, so having a look at Twitter here, and I would just first of all, the first thing I'd do is have a look at mentions. And have a little tap that there, go to the start. So, I can go through and have a look at all this information. And there's somebody who, for example, here has, let's have a look at Karen's here. So I'm going to tap it here. And again, I'm on the phone and I'm just having a look at, look at these things. There we are, hands-on with folders. That's a really cool thing. So that tells me all about that, which is great. So I'm going to hit done. Now I'm going to do 2 things because I want to read that later. So I'm just going to hit the middle section here and look at this. I'm just going to tap Instapaper and we'll come back to that. Just remember I did that. Look, I'm still going. And the other thing I want to do is tweet. And as you saw me do the other time, I am going to do a retweet. And in this case, I'm just going to do an automatic retweet because I don't need to add any editorial to that. I could have easily, not done that, but all of a sudden, I've been able to have a look through this and I can just have a look and look at all my ats. Okay, Jim's told me about this interface, so let's have a look, let's have a quick look at that. So I can have a, quicker look. Okay, Google's got a search event for tomorrow, so that's good to know. And again, I'm thinking, this is going to take a little bit long, so I'm just going to add that article to Instapaper so I can read it later. And then, if I double tap up the top here, that'll take me to the top. And, investment in third-party Twitter apps down 50%. Okay, I don't have time to look at that now, so I'm just going to take Instapaper and have a look. So that's already done. And I'm just going to have a look there at that's a very good piece of advice. So I'm going to just retweet that. Now I'm going to retweet, and this time I'm going to edit before retweeting. And hopefully you guys can see why I love why I'm using Twitter Later Pro, because everything is one touch. And the reason I love that is it's time, right? We haven't got much time. If we're doing this at work or we're doing this in a break, you don't have a lot of time. And again, active market leadership. Let's make a comment. Great advice. And here's a little tip. If you're constructing a tweet for your marketplace, why not leave a few characters so that people can add their comments and retweet? So it's another way of doing it. And of course, another thing I love about this app is if I press that little hash mark, bring up hash TC10 and hit add, it's automatically added that so people in the 30-day challenge, I'm still saying it, can see it and send that tweet. So off we go. So that's a quick example of that, and I can go through and have a look at all of these sorts of things. Good to see Steve there doing some filming. I might have a look at his picture there, see what he's got to have a look at. The Bond Street Cafe Wine Bar, that is an excellent location. So there we have it. So, done. So we've had a look at Twitter there in a short period of time. Now, just while we're midstream here, let's quickly go into Instapaper because I want to show you something. If we go back to our Read Later folder, and you can see that it's already starting to update. Look at that. Our updates are already coming down into this. And what I love about Instapaper, and the reason why because if you have to wait for every article to download on Twitter, that takes time. It could be 30 seconds ago if you're on 3G network. So you don't want to do that. So, if you do it to Instapaper and you can have a look at it, look how quick this is. And so you've got this beautifully formatted article, which is fantastic, and you've got that, and then once you finish reading it, you can archive it, and it's done. It's such a time saver. Okay, there's more interesting search results. Let's see what they're going to do. So these are sorts of things that I'm interested to have a look at, and I'll just note to myself, I don't think I want to send that out. Here's a classic one. Now, interestingly, you know what? I think this is something I'd like to blog on. So what I want to do is, let's have a look at what's the byline up here. Folders in a nutshell. I think that's what I will do. So I just hold my finger down here, and look at this. There's a share button comes up, and it'll actually automatically choose the paragraph if that's what I want, which is great. And I can fold that up to a sentence, but that's basically one big sentence there. Now, here's the thing. Check this out. If I hit share, and of course I'm doing this a lot slower because I'm emailing to, but look, if I email this link and just quickly do hash, and you'll see my email. This, interestingly, little pro tip with Postgres, if I just went post to Postgres, that would send this article out to every single thing that I've got logged in. But in this one, I think it's only people to my personal blog. I don't know that people in the challenge would be that interested. So look at this. I've got a quote. The link is in there. I'll just make a little comment. Great article. And what I'm going to also show you is just something else. Let's say I wanted to include a backlink in this little thing. How do we do it? So we hit return. How I would do it is I would double click on my home button here, and you can see I've got a little application called Text Expander. And if we bring this around this way, you can see, look, I've already got in Text Expander my code here that I'm going to use. So I just literally click copy all text, double click again, go back to Instapaper, and then just hold that down, press paste, and then I can go in and fill this in. Now, if you had a specific one that you're always doing, of course, then of course what you would do is you'd have all this pre-filled in on your Text Expander as well. But I don't, so Ed Dale, and then we want to get rid of the anchor text list goes here, so we'll just drag that across and put Ed Dale. There we are. And press send. And off it goes. We're done. That is me using Instapaper to, again, I've just created a bit of market leadership content. Now, the final thing I want to show you today, of course, is, as you guys well and truly know, is my absolute grand central for all of this, and that is Reader. So you can see here there's currently, it's just loading in now. You can see 68, 86. Oh my goodness, how am I possibly going to handle all of this? Well, the first thing, if you've only got 5 minutes, is I have folders. And we showed you how to set these folders up. And their folders are great when all of a sudden you're faced with a situation like I am. I've only got a little bit of time here. So I'm going to have a look through my vital reads and scroll up. Oh, there's a review roundup of all the the iPod. So again, I don't really have time to look at that now, so I'm going to hit Instapaper and I'm going to read that later. Check it out. Have a look at that. There's another article there. I'll Instapaper that one so I can have a look at it later. New demo of Google TV, interesting. New Safari, have to check that out. There's the Engadget review, so I definitely want to have a look at that. So I'm just going to tap it. Again, don't have the time now to read it, so I'm just going to hit Instapaper. Notice this multitasks, so it doesn't slow me down. I'm going to hit Instapaper because I want to read that later when I've got time. And I just keep scrolling along. And you can see there, I've got that. Now, this is Courier app actually is interesting because I noticed Eugene actually mentioned all of this, and it's a brilliant little app. So I think I might let my marketplace know about this because I noticed Eugene Ware thought it was good. So look at this. All I have to do is hit Twitter, and you guys have seen this. Hit the title. I like a nice fancy twirly thing because that's me. I'm just flamboyant that way. Put the link. It automatically does the thing for me, and I'll get the little tilde there. Very cool. Beautiful. Yeah, thank you. That's why I love the iPhone too. It spells for me. Interface. And press update. Boom, it's done. If we go back and have a look at Twitter later, and we go down to go up to the top there, tap at the bottom. Look at that. It's already done. It's easy. And look at that. You see there's the Lynn Terry one that we did before. It's already all there. So you can see how using these tools and using the leverage power of it, and just by literally sending literally composing a tweet or composing an email allows us to be able to completely practice market leadership while standing in a bank queue, while having some lunch, while having a coffee, while going to the toilet. I didn't say that. I don't do that. I would never do that. That's unhygienic. But wherever you happen to be, you'll be able to do it as well. So, and that is just wonderful. Okay. There we go. So there you go. Somebody's already thanked me. See, again, that's market. That's interacting with the market. That's what you want.